Thank you for joining me today in your 20-minute Pilates Fusion workout. You will need no equipment, just a soft surface. So if you have a yoga mat at home or a rug, you're gonna get yourself prepped out there. And then whenever you're ready, you're gonna meet me on all fours facing in one direction. So coming onto your knees and your hands, and we'll just get ready for our warm-up. So we're just gonna start with some cat-cows where we round our spine, lower our gaze, and then arch our back, lift our gaze. And again, rounding the spine, and then arching and lifting. On your next one, let's round our spine, slowly rock back to our ankles, find a child's pose. And then inch forward, find that arch back, looking up to ceiling. And again, rounding that spine, finding that child's pose. Coming forward, arching back, lifting gaze. Last one. Great job. Find your neutral spine. So that is going to be where you feel this hip bones coming up towards your rib cage as if you're moving that pelvis in and up. We're going to scoop those abdominals and stabilize ourselves on our hands and our knees. We're going to start off with some bird dogs here. So we're going to have the opposite arm and opposite leg come out. So let's start with our right arm extended and our left leg extended. We're now going to tap the elbow to the knee, finding that round spine again. Reach back forward and repeat, finding that round back, reaching forward. So the focus here is we're trying to stabilize that core. We're making sure we're resisting any rocking. We're staying even on both our left side and our right side. Finding length each time we extend out and then finding that round back. For 3, 2, and 1. Stabilize that core. Keep it in tight as you swipe opposite arm and opposite leg to opposite sides. And again. Exhale as you swipe. Inhale as you pull in. For 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Keep everything lifted. We're going to pulse. Pulsing up to the ceiling for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop just the hand. We'll keep that leg extended going into our Pilates push-ups, focusing on those triceps here. Keep them in tight. Come back up to seat. You want to make sure you're moving with your chest, dropping it down, keeping that gaze above those fingertips, keeping those elbows in tight off to the sides of our body. We have 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. Come back up, drop that knee, sit back into those ankles, extend those arms out, take that child's pose. And then when we're ready, we'll come back to all fours. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So extending the left arm out and the right leg out this time. Reaching the arm, reaching the foot out to either corners of the room. Finding that elbow to knee connection. Reaching back out. And repeat. Keeping that core stabilized, staying even on both left and right side. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach everything out nice and tall. Swipe to opposite corners. Come back to center. Exhale, swipe. Inhale, center. Keeping that core in tight, feeling that sensation of knitting those abdominals together. For 3, 2, and 1. Keep everything lifted. Pulse to ceiling. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just drop only the hand. Pilates push-ups on this side. We lead with the chest as we drop down. We come back up. Leading with the chest as we drop down. Come back up. Keep those elbows in tight onto the sides of the body. For 3, 2, and 1. Come back up, drop that knee, take that child's pose, extending those arms out. All right, when we are ready, we will come forward, back to all fours, and we're gonna go into our knee hovers to piking. So we want our hands directly below our shoulders. We're gonna tuck our toes onto our mat so we have stability. And I want you to take a deep exhale as you come up to hovering your knees. All right, take an inhale here. Exhale, pike those hips up into that downward dog. Inhale, return to knee hover. And repeat. Scooping that belly button in and up towards those rib cages every time you come up. For 2. And last one. Stay in that knee hover. We're gonna walk the feet out to our plank, walk back into knee hover. And again, coming back out. Keep pressing into those hands evenly, broadening those collarbones down. For 3. Last 2. And last 1. Drop those knees, sit back into that child's pose. Great job. And then when we're ready, we will make our way back onto all fours, and we're gonna come lying down onto our right hip for our side laying series. You're gonna take that bottom arm, that forearm is gonna be pressed into the mat. You're gonna stay up nice and tall on the side lying of the body, growing out of that shoulder, making sure that neck stays nice and long. We're gonna start using that top leg, our left leg. We want that leg extended out, and we're gonna go into some lower and lifts with that leg. So lowering that foot down to the ground, lifting back up, and repeat, lifting back up. So we're working that side glute, that top glute right here, but we're also staying nice and lifted, nice and strong on that side body, that oblique that is closest to that mat. Keeping that neck extended from that shoulder. We have 3, 2, and 1. We're gonna go into some bicycles. You're gonna lift that leg up. You're gonna bend that knee into chest. Kick it forward. Swipe back to that corner of the mat. Bend that knee. Kick it forward. Swipe back to that corner. And repeat. Trying to focus on keeping those hips nice and even. We wanna resist any rocking. For 4, 3, last 2. You got it, last 1. Let's reverse that bicycle. Kick forward, bend knee, press out. Kicking forward, bending knee, pressing out. Feeling that glute waking up right there. For 4, 3, last 2. And last 1, stick with me, keep that leg raised, drive those tiny circles in that front corner of that mat for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and reverse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yes, bump out that hip. Wake it back up. We're gonna come lying down onto our sides to go into some oblique work. And we lie down straight, lying completely flat, and using this top hand simply just to stabilize us. Do not press into this top hand because we want to make sure we're engaging that full connection to that top oblique. So just resting that hand on the mat just for balance. We're going to go with some lower and lifts of the legs. So you're going to keep those toes pointed out straight. You're going to lift up using that side body, lower back down. And again, lifting up, lowering back down. You got it. We have 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Keep those legs raised, scissor the legs, opening up, switch sides. Same thing as earlier, we're trying to stabilize that core to resist any rocking of those hips. You got it. We have 5, 4, 3, last 2, And last one, bend those knees. We're gonna go into a single arm push-up just because we're already down here. So let's take that bottom arm. We're gonna wrap it around our chest, and that top arm is doing all the work here. Try and resist using your legs. As you pull that side body up using that top arm, lower back down. And again, pull that body up. Slowly lower back down. We have 5, 4, keeping that hand in front of that shoulder for 3, 2, and 1. Lower back down. Great job. We'll come lying onto our backs. You can just sway those knees from one side and then the other, just opening up those hip flexors, doing whatever feels good here before we go into our abs series 5. All right, when we are ready, we will come on to our glutes. We want to make sure our hip bones are shifted forward, just like earlier in class, using that pelvis to come forward. Those rib cages are being tucked into that spine, down to those hip bones, stabilizing that core. When we're ready, we will float our feet into our safe tabletop. Some people like to have their knees directly above their hips. Some people feel more comfortable pulling them into chest. You make that decision on what feels best for your body. When you're ready, you're going to place your hands behind your head, lowering one leg down, coming back up, lowering the other leg down, come back up. If you feel any arching in your spine as you lower your feet, don't lower them as low as I'm going. Just lower them to a 45-degree angle like these. That way you can stay stable in that core and not get any back pain by arching that back. We have 3, 2, and last one on each side. Double leg kicks. Let's kick those legs out, extend those arms. Roll into a ball. Extend arms, extend legs. Roll into bar. Great job. We have 5, 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Shoot those legs straight to sky. I like to rest my head down, but if you want that challenge, keep that ab curl. We're gonna lower those legs down as low as we can go. Lift them back up to sky. And repeat. Lift back up to sky. So some people can lower their legs all the way down here if you do not arch your back. If you feel that back arching, just lower them just a tiny bit, keeping that spine neutral. For 3, last 2, and last one. We go into scissors. Keep those legs nice and straight. Drop that left leg down to a 45-degree angle. Use those hands, pull up onto that calf or that thigh, whichever feels best. Pull that leg into chest twice, switch to other side. So pulling in twice and switching. Exhale, exhale, switch. Exhale, exhale, switch. Great job. We have 5, 4, last 3, last 2, and last 1. Last exercise. Stick with me. Hands behind the head, elbows wide, opposite knee taps, opposite elbow. Come back to center. Twist to other side. Come back to center. Exhale as you twist. Inhale as you center. For 4, 3, last 2, last one on each side, and take that rest. Either hug those knees into chest, laying side to side, or going back to those knee sways that we did earlier if that felt good. All right, we are gonna go lying onto our other side, so we'll grab onto the backs of our thighs, rock ourselves up to seated, swing our legs over, so we come down lying onto our left hip now. Just as before, we're stacking those knees on top of each other. We're using that bottom arm to stabilize us, resting the forearm down onto the mat. We're going into those lower lifts of that top leg to work that opposite glute now. Foot stays flexed. You lower that foot, lift back up the sky. And again. Same focus as before. Let's make sure we're keeping that gap between that side body. Everything's shooting up at a diagonal. We're not sagging. We're not sitting into our shoulder. We're keeping that neck nice and long. For 4, 3, last 2, and last one. Let's go into those bicycles again. We're going to now we're going to bend our knee into chest. Kick forward, swoop back to the corner of our mat. Bend to chest, kick forward, swoop back to the corner of our mat. And repeat. Keep those hips anchored on top of each other. Resist any rocking. You got it. We're here for 3. Last 2. And last 1. Keep that leg extended. Kick it forward. Bend knee to chest. Kick back down. Kick forward. Bend knee to chest. Kick back down. Staying nice and even on those hips. For 4, 3. You got it. We had 2. Last 1. Stick with me. Keep that leg raised. Draw those tiny corners going in one direction. I know you're feeling your glutes. We got it. For 4, 3, 2, and reverse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee. Give that hip a pat. Wake it back up. Meet me lying down with your head in your hand, your legs out straight. Let's go into those oblique lifts again. So keeping that top hand just to stabilize you, not pressing down onto it, and lifting through that side body, lowering back down. And repeat. You got it. Lifting through that right oblique each time. For 3, 2, and 1. Meet me with those legs raised. Scissor those legs back and forth. Use those obliques to keep you nice and still. For 5, 4, last 3, 2, and last 1. Drop those legs down. Take that bottom hand, wrap it around waist, and we'll use that top hand just for those single arm push-ups again. So just lifting through just the arm, not using those legs, coming up, lowering back down, and repeat. We just have 5 here. You got it. For 4, 3, last 2, and last 1. Lower yourself back down. Come up to all 4s. Take that child's pose. All right, when we are ready, we will go into some plank work. So we are going to place our hands once again underneath our shoulders, stabilizing those hands, pressing them down, broadening our collarbones towards our mat. We're going to step out those feet, find that plank position. We're now going to kick our right leg up to our arabesque, find that matching elbow on that right side, kick that leg up, find that opposite elbow, lower leg. Kick the opposite leg up, find that matching elbow, kick leg up, crossover. Great job, and repeat. Last 3. 2. And last 1. Lower that feet, lower those knees. Take that rest pose. And then when we're ready, we will go into our final challenge of class. We're going to come back up to all 4s. step those legs out to that tabletop. We're just crossing those legs. Keeping that chest broad. Going from one knee, then the other. Let's speed this pace up for the last count of 8. Final push. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take those knees down. Take that final child's pose. Great job. All right, and then when you're ready, we will just come back up to all fours. We will sit down onto our glutes, however you feel most comfortable. We're just gonna go into some side body stretches. We're gonna extend that left hand out to the side of us. Reach that right hand up and over, looking up to that ceiling. Lower that right hand back down, reach it down to our right side. Lift that left hand up and over, looking up to the ceiling. And lower back down. And you guys are done. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a workout. And I will see you guys next time.